I know you cover so many different areas, and one of those was site whispering. And we all connect to the land, yet you connect to the land specific sites in a very different way. And I know you visited many, many sacred sites. So, how did that come about that you discovered that the land and certain sites could give you messages?
So, Lough Gur, for example, was my first time to understand what a matrilineal, matriarchal society, how it functioned. And so a couple of the really awesome things were they just had such incredible respect for creativity. So they said, and the artifacts that they find have been confusing to the archaeologists because they can't say this is the Lough Gur style. So they thought they were just a huge trading, that they did lots of trade and commerce because there was such a variety of shields and different artifacts. And the women that I spoke to said, no, but if once you made something, why would you make the same thing again? Let's explore, let's be creative, let's, invent new things. So I thought that was really interesting. And she said, well, that's even the way we live. She said, why would you as a woman ever have a child by the same man twice?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I said, what would be the point of that?
Been
So
there.
that was, yeah. So I thought that was really, really interesting. And then she talked about how they managed their agricultural fields, that it was up to the women, that it was the women that determined when it was time to let the field lay fallow to regenerate and when it was time to grow something. And the women did that they had dreaming groups. So they had various groups of women, and they would all have the intention of what the issue was for the community. So if the issue of the community was drought, then this particular group of women would know that that's the issue they're trying to solve. And so they would dream together to solve the problem. They would all go into the dream time together. And these, largely it was groups of 12 women. And out of those dreams, they would know what to do.
So did they dream in a particular way, John Paul? Did they dream in a particular way, or did they just agree that when we dream, we will connect?
They just knew that this was the problem. So, we're dreaming about the drought situation. We're dreaming about this particular field. So they would know the issue, and then they would counsel about their dreams. And out of the 12 versions of their answers, they would know what to do, and they would lead the community. But it was the respect they had for the women's ability to dream and to have wisdom come in dreams. And I know that in so much of the work that I've done with grandmothers around the planet, it is trusting the dream. And I think women have a really beautiful ability to dream in, much more practical ways than I've ever heard any of the grandfathers do.
Oh, wow. Gosh, that's wisdom for us straight away. I love that. For what reason would you create the same thing twice? Or in terms of creation? And specifically when we look at the world today, somebody has an idea and then they manufacture it, and another company copies it or creates something similar, rather than always looking for, something new, something different. And that's already given me some answers. That feels very right. In terms of what I always look for, putting out into the world things that haven't been heard or seen before, rather than doing what everybody else is doing, being, when you're often called a little bit left of center, yet it's about birthing something new into the world and using your dream time to create that. That's stunning wisdom already. Thank you.
Yeah. So it was such respect for the whole birthing process, the whole gestation process, the dream. It was just understanding. And, this is a matriarchal society that lasted for thousands of years.
Yes. So it obviously worked. It worked
for
them.
Yeah.